Okay, everyone knows basic chords like A minor, C, G, D, etc, etc. However, if you know only these chords, after some time it gets repetitive, using only them. All the songs you play sound kinda the same, all the songs you write sound the same, and you want to spice things up but just don't know how. Well, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna show you an alternative, cool sounding shape for each of the basic open chords. Starting from C, D, E, F, G, A, etc, etc. And no, these are not gonna be some crazy shapes that you gotta memorize from scratch. No, they are all gonna be based around the shapes you already know. Just move 1 or 2 fingers and you're good. And after watching this lesson, let's imagine that you had a chord progression that sounded like this. And now it's gonna sound like this. As you heard, sounds pretty similar but has completely different vibe to it. So yeah, it's all thanks to these shapes I'm gonna show you. It's a great tool for songwriting and just, spicing things up. Okay, let's start with the C major chord. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with it. And we're gonna do a really simple thing here. We're just gonna move our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the low E and put our pinky where it was before. And we get this. It's a pretty common shape. It's C over G. However, in this lesson I'm just gonna refer to these chords as, C, D, not to confuse you because it's gonna get pretty crazy later on. So yeah, just think of it as a C chord. This chord, it just sounds beefier, heavier because of this extra bass. And if you're playing some rock song, if you're playing some intense song, it can be good like. Sounds nice. Even if you're not strumming too hard, if you're playing just some ballad song, still sounds beautiful. I really like this sound. And of course, if you're playing some country folk song, this is a classic. However, you don't hold this shape, you move your ring finger, so it's a bit different, but still. Awesome shape, be sure to memorize it. Now let's move on to the D chord. Once again, I'm sure you know about it. And this is gonna be interesting. Here's what we're gonna do. Play the C major shape and now just move it 2 frets up. Like C, C sharp, D. And all the strings, except the low E, same with the C chord, are open. There you go. It's like sus4 and sus2 at the same time. Sounds beautiful, sounds different. And obviously, if you have some straight rock song, something AC/DC like. However, it actually sounds pretty good. But what I wanted to tell was, yeah, if you got like the straight power chord rock song, yeah, I guess you better stick to the usual shapes. However, if you got something melodic, it sounds awesome. Even something like Heard by Johnny Cash instead of this you can sounds great. And yeah, it's really easy, you just move the C chord shape. However, this works if this is a D major chord. But what if you have a D minor chord? We could. Here's our 3rd, we could move it 1 fret lower, play something like this. However, it's not really convenient. So if I had a minor chord, I would do the simplest thing. I would just mute the D string. It becomes almost a power chord, because we don't have the third, and it will totally work. Like... So yeah, here's the D shape for you. Now let's move on to the E chord. And the next shape, it works both for major and minor chords, and I love this one. This is probably my favorite chord shape. Here's how we play it. It sounds awesome. It's big, it's loud, and you know, it sounds like mean. It sounds badass. Instead of... Because it doesn't have this major or this minor, it's neutral. So here's what we do. We play the basic power chord like this, mini bar on the A and the D strings on the second fret, and then use your pinky on the fourth frets of the G. First two strings are open, so it's a super power chord, because we got like E, B, E, B, B, E. Same two notes over all the 6 strings. Sounds great. Like, you can play anything with the shape. You could even use this chord in some dark country stuff. For example, you want to play something like Ain't No Grave, instead of just playing the straight E minor chord. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. You can instead play this chord. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Sounds awesome and different. So yeah, this shape is wonderful. Okay, now let's move on to the F chord. And I'm gonna show you a really simple shape, and if you are from the USA or Canada, you probably play the F chord like this. However, in Europe, where I'm from, almost everyone plays the F chord like this. They learn it like this big bar chord, and they play it like this ever since. However, I'm strongly against this. Obviously, there is time and place for this shape. If you're playing some big punk rock songs, obviously this works. However, if you're playing some basic country, rock, folk, pop song, doesn't matter, you know, typical acoustic strumming, you don't need this bar chord, all you need is this. It sounds much better in my opinion. It's basically the same chord, you just don't play the low E, and you don't even really have to play the high E as well. You just mute it. You mute low E with your thumb, and you mute the high E with your index finger. And you got just these 4 notes over here. And this is enough. This is a 4-string chord now. However, it's much easier to play, because you know, this can be inconvenient. And it sounds more balanced, I guess. Because if you got a song like, I don't know, Old Man by Neil Young. Here I am playing this F as the second chord. If I played this bar chord, you see it's too big. See, it's too heavy. And if I'm playing this, it fits perfectly. It's not that big, it doesn't have this low bass, so it works fine. And if you are playing some folkish song, it obviously sounds better than you know what I mean. So yeah, this shape, it's freaking awesome, be sure to use it. Almost every great guitarist plays F like this, not like this. Our next chord is the G chord. And, you know, there are a lot of options even here, like play it without the A string, play the power chord, frets, third fret on the B string, or leave it open. There are a lot of options here. However, what I'm gonna show you is play our previous shape, like this F chord, and now, same as we did with the C, move it 2 frets up and leave the G string open. It sounds really interesting. You can play the low G with your thumb, actually, or you can mute it. It's up to you. I love this chord because it's punchy, but big at the same time. We're moving, you know, up the fretboard, so it's almost a bar chord. So we got this tight notes, but at the same time we leave this G open and it creates this sustain. So I really like the sound of this chord. And if you fret the G, it sounds even bigger and lower now. And if you leave the high E open, you get this sixth. It doesn't always work because, you know, this sixth doesn't fit in every song. However, as an option, you can do it as well. But the basic version is, yeah, this 4-string shape. And as I told you, I really like this combination of tightness and openness at the same time. Now let's move on to the A chord, both A major or A minor. This is gonna be the easiest one probably. We're just gonna play the sus2 chord. Just don't play anything on the B string, just leave it open. You'll be surprised to find out that almost any song that used A minor or A major sounds totally fine if you just play this sus2 chord instead. You could totally play something like House of the Rising Sun using this chord. Obviously it sounds different. It has a totally different vibe now. But it sounds fine. So it's up to you. If you like the original sound, sure, play just the A minor chord. If you want to do something different, if you want to play around, make this song your own, you can use this chord. Once again, some basic progressions like A minor to G to D, back to A minor. Play this sus2 chord instead. Or if you got a major song. Or let's use both of our chords now. Sounds great. So yeah, use this chord. And now, as a little bonus, the B chord. This shape is pretty tough for beginners. However, this is what we can do. Just play this B power chord basically, we don't need the B string, and leave both the high E and the B open. And you got this sound. You could say it's a sus4 chord, and once again, it works both for major and minor songs. Like you had something like and now you can play it like So I played A minor, B minor, D major, A minor, and now I used all the shapes that we learned, like or for example we had B major. So I played E to B to A back to E. Now, once again, let's use all of our new shapes. So yeah, here are all of your basic chords. And now, really important piece of advice. Now that you know all these shapes, don't overuse them, don't overdo them. It doesn't mean that, you know, these chords, they are bad, and this, they are like cool, and you gotta change every song you know. Of course not. Basic chords are totally fine. A lot of legendary great songs are based on just simple chords. Like Hurt by Johnny Cash, it wouldn't be the same without this basic A minor in the beginning, all your Dust in the Winds, etc, etc. I could go on forever. They are just the basic chords. However, these alternative shapes, they are just a nice tool in your arsenal. They can help you with your songwriting. Yeah, because you play around with some progressions, you feel kind of bored, you feel like they lack something special. Try to play around with these new shapes. Don't change every chord in your progression. Like, change one or two of them, see how it works. Perhaps it's gonna lead you in some new direction. Ain't that great? Or for example, you are in the band and one guitar is playing the basic chord and you as the second guitar, you know, can play a different shape at the same time and it's gonna mix really well. So yeah, all these shapes are a great tool, but of course it doesn't mean that you should forget about the basic chords. Of course not. So yeah, I wish you luck and let me know how it went. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. And if you want to learn even more cool tricks, be sure to check this video out. Bye bye.